Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing okay. Welcome back to the Might and Magic 6 completionist run. Now, I said at the end of the last episode that we were going to be going to Castle Ironfist in preparation for our next quest. And we will be doing that, although we won't be starting that quest right now. I think in this episode we will get to the Castle Ironfist exterior and just clear some of the enemies and open some of the chests. But before I do that, I wanted to do some stuff. Let's teach mind magic to Serena. And it's actually this cold beam spell. Let's give it to, well, give it to Zoltan once we've learned a couple things. Let's just also check what spells they have. Precision, Mind Blast? Sure. I'll buy that. I was looking for the Harm spell, but it wasn't there. That's okay. We'll have another chance to look for it in Castle Ironfist. Let me also just quickly go to the Elemental Guild and, again, do some quick teaching. Teach Earth Magic to Alexis and Water Magic to Zoltan. The reason I'm doing it this way, let me just quickly do a bit of organizing. The reason I'm doing it that way is because I want Zoltan, who will have the highest number of spell points, to learn Water Magic first, because he will then be the one casting our Lloyd's Beacon spell, and be doing more of that, explaining more about that when the time comes. I also just realized I need to sell a bunch of things. So, just give me a moment. I'm gonna put the video on pause. Alright, as you can see, things are a lot neater. Let's also teach Serena the Mind Blast spell. And I don't think we'll be able to travel... Nope, I think we might actually have to rest for a couple days at the end. Okay, let's just check. Nope, yeah, we're gonna have to do one more day. Monday is gonna be when we can next go back. Okay, now let's go back to Castle Ironfist. And first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to this guild. We need to wait a little bit, that's okay. We're gonna teach chainmail to Alexis and Serena. We're gonna teach plate mail to Roderick. But I'm not going to be equipping the armor on them right now, because it's got a big movement penalty associated with it, and I'm going to wait until they are at least expert. Now, when you're at master, it totally eliminates the recovery penalty, but at expert, it's useful enough in that it makes you hard to hit from normal attacks, while also not hindering you that much. Okay. Well, the first thing I want to do is I want to look into the Spirit Guild, but I'm just gonna save. I'm gonna first of all teach everybody meditation, and a lot of our a lot of our money has already gone away. I'm gonna buy. Remove curse, important thing to have. Guardian Angel, not really that useful. When we are swimming in enough money that we can buy things for fun, then I will buy the Guardian Angel spell and talk to you about what it does. But for now, you know, I'm just gonna let it remain a mystery. It's actually not that useful. Despite being pretty complicated in how it works, it's not even that useful, which is pretty sad. Now we're coming up on a pretty difficult part, because we're going to be pretty soon swarmed by ranged enemies. And unlike the enemies we were fighting earlier on, these guys are going to be a bit of a challenge, notably because they can all hit us from long distances, whereas with the other enemy types, often only some of them had ranged attacks. Meaning it was and even then only occasional ranged attacks, like the Goblin Kings, the Goblin Shamans, had a fireball attack, but they wouldn't always do it. They would also be trying to come towards you in melee, whereas these lizard archers will be always trying to keep their distance, which makes them very annoying to fight. And found a crossbow, which is probably useless. Who picked that up? You did. It's probably worth 50 gold. Yes, but that's okay. We'll sell it for a small amount. And what do we want to do now? We do want to start whittling these down. So what I might do, and depends on how this first little encounter goes, is that I might fight a few of them and then skip the rest of it until I've cleared almost this entire camp. As you can see, it's pretty slow fighting as well, because, you know, they shoot, they move, they take their turns. The more of them there are around, the slower it goes, and a lot of them have come to ruin our day. So yeah, just gonna put things on pause for now, and I will see you once these guys are almost completely gone. So I'll see you shortly. I'm taking things off pause just for a moment to show you a different tactic that you can use to fight. And this is something that's useful against enemies with ranged attacks, especially ones with powerful ranged attacks that we'll be fighting later. So rather than going into turn-based mode and actually engaging in a fair fight, what you could do is go in close enough to where you can target them, fire a few shots, and then quickly back away. So by the time they're shooting at you, their projectiles will be missing you, but you should be able to hit them with your first few shots. And this is going to be the main way that I'm going to try to take these guys down, at least while there are a bunch of them there, because standing there and letting 10, 12 lizard archers, you know, perforate you with arrows is not my idea of a good time. So yeah, that's how I'm going to be dealing with these guys, and I will see you when they are dealt with. Alright, wow, that took so long. We're almost done though. Last few to go, and since the major ones that are capable of casting spells have been dealt with, I just took care of the last of them in turn-based mode, which is the more convenient way to fight them. Although the safer way is definitely the tactic I showed you. This guy might actually be out of bounds. Yep, I can't actually loot his corpse, at least not until I come back with the telekinesis spell. And who knows, maybe we'll actually get a chance to come back and take whatever small amount of gold that guy had on his body. And as before, I'm gonna loot the bodies before I... One of them is pretty high up, it seems. One of these bodies is... Where exactly is this? Where exactly is this? You know, see if I can spot it. I mean, there's a guy joining us because we triggered an encounter. I don't see where... Oh no. See, okay, this isn't actually a body. This is the marker for this dungeon entrance. Okay, so we're not missing anything. We're fine. We're fine. Anyway, I'm just gonna quickly loot all of these guys. It's always a nice cathartic feeling when you've killed a bunch of enemies and the only thing left to do is to get your loot. That's always great. Even if you don't find great loot, it's a nice feeling. It's the feeling of a job, not necessarily well done, but a job done. And that's what counts in the end. We're actually getting decent amounts of gold. We're doing okay. There's a, I don't know if you can see it right now, but there's a sword in a stone over there. We can't actually do anything until we get back there with higher strength. I believe we would need 40 strength to do it. None of us are close to that just yet, but we'll be back at some point and we'll see what we can do about that. Alright, here we go.
Got it.
Very, very disappointing. This chest is capable of having much better stuff. There should be another chest if I go along this way. Or a container of some kind. I don't remember if it's a chest specifically, but if we follow the coast, and I think you can see it off in the distance over there. Okay, how are we gonna reach it? I think we're gonna have to jump. Avoid it taking damage. And we're gonna have to jump again. Okay. Again, not great stuff. I'll just give this to... Well, I'll give this to you. You were getting hit a lot, so, you know, let's boost up your armor class a little bit. And yeah, it's pretty awkward positioning for that. I took a bit of drowning damage. Like, I really need to get better at judging when it's safe to jump and when it isn't. The other thing I want to do, as long as we're out here, is to, I believe, yeah, go this way and go up this path, this pathway where you see there are a bunch of followers of Ba. I'm not even gonna bother casting Bless because there's nothing these guys can do. And why am I going up there? It's well, more followers of Ba. There are lizard men behind them, so the easy part of this little excursion is over. Although there aren't that many lizardmen, there isn't an entire camp of them, and they can't surround us, which is gonna make life easier for us. So again, we're gonna take them down, and we'll just do this in turn-based mode. No need to cheese things. Although I say that and taking a bunch of hits. That's okay. We're dealing damage as well. Let's just save the game. So how do I feel about the strength of the party right now? It could be a lot better. What would help? Well, yeah, our arrows aren't registering, which is really annoying when that happens.
Got him.
Yeah, so what would help? Well, better bows. Eventually we'll be dealing with enemies. Our main ranged way of dealing with enemies will be through spells, which typically will always hit and will do much higher damage. So this early struggle of relying on bows won't be a constant feature of this playthrough, but it is something that we've got to endure in the early parts. Just gonna sidestep his attack. Okay, what was the point of all of this? Well, we came all the way to the top of this hill, and we find... I'm just gonna save again. The Seer. Let's talk to him. And this is where you get your pilgrimage. Now it's February, so we've got to go to the Shrine of Intellect, and it's not in here, in this region rather. In fact, let me just look up and tell you where exactly the Shrine of Intellect is. Because if it somehow turns out to be in an easy to reach zone, then I might go for it. But if it's not, then we'll save it. And Intellect is in fact in Mist, which actually isn't that hard to get to. We can get there by boat, but we would have to be pretty quick. I think we may have missed our chance to get there by boat, because I think we would have to go back to New Sarpagal and then take a boat from there, and by then February would be over. Okay, so I'm just gonna look down, because it's gonna make looting these corpses a little bit easier to do on the way down. I'm just gonna grab ourselves a bit more gold. Why not? Why not? Alright. What now? Well, let's see how close we are to leveling up. Probably not. Oh, actually, no. We are, in fact, eligible for another level, and I'm gonna... Well, actually, no, let's save that. Let's save our levels for the end of the episode. That's for now. There's a chest here. And this is the best one we found so far. This I like to see. We find our first upgraded axe for Alexis, more bows, and I think your inventory is close to being full. More alchemy ingredients, and a garbage spell scroll, which I'm not even gonna identify. That's okay. And... Ooh, we're getting close to some enemies. I don't know what type of enemies they are. Just gonna make sure our spells are all sorted and cast Bless. And now we're gonna move forward and see what we're dealing with. And we're dealing with easy people. I like to see that. Okay, that was pretty okay. I'm happy with how that turned out. Where are we going towards? Well, we're just generally doing the exterior of this region. And if I'm feeling ambitious enough, we might even try to clear it. Oh, and... Uh-oh. Target the right thing. Okay. So clearing it would mean killing all the enemies on the outside, not including the civilians because they're not hostile. You could kill them and get a trivial amount of golden experience at the cost of a lot of reputation, but it's really not worth it. To us, a region will be considered clear if we've killed all the enemies. And what did I want to show you? Well, let's kill these guys first. Walked right into that ranged attack. Let's loot these guys first. Okay, there are more enemies. I don't want to get drawn too far off the path before I show you this. See, this is the Shrine of Electricity. So if we had been in the correct month, which I will just tell you is September, we would have been able to pray at that shrine and get a bonus to our electrical resistance. So definitely something to keep in mind. What I'm gonna do now is just gonna take these guys down. And they're going up a mountain, which is something really annoying that enemies are capable of doing. So I'm just gonna be looking up to see where exactly these guys are. Oh, okay, they're over there. Okay, okay. Now let's keep on going. Okay. We can fight these in turn-based mode, that's okay. These are the kinds of enemies I like to fight. Ones that can't do anything to us. It's a pretty cowardly approach, but you know what? It works. What was that saying? You don't win the war by dying for your country, you win by making the other guy die for theirs. Well, I don't know what country these lizard men are from, but let's help them with that second part of that saying over there. This guy is a bit slippery. Is he out of range or are we just missing? Not sure, but I'm gonna go closer just in case. And okay, something is amiss. These guys are getting closer to us, so I'm just gonna shoot that guy down, and I'm gonna back away until I see. I was gonna say back away until I see green, but more people have encroached upon us. It's okay, let's take them down. Now we should be green. Okay. Now I'm gonna... Ooh. That's a bit of a workout in this session. Now I'm gonna cure some wounds. That's good. And now we're gonna move in for round 2. Okay.
That was too easy.
Oh.
Got another one.
Yeah, this is more my speed. And we're capable of taking down even pretty beefy guys as long as they don't have a ranged attack, and as long as we can force them to slowly come towards us while we shoot them. It's only when we're surrounded by a bunch of enemies that all have ranged attacks that our tactics break down a little bit. So what do we have over here? I think these are the iron mines. Snurgle's caverns, rather. That's a dungeon that we're not going to be doing right now. It's got some more difficult enemies in it, and just would be a bit out of place in a video at this point in the run. We'll save that for later. Now we'll just hoover all these corpses up. We get staff that is no doubt garbage, but that's okay. Our wizard eye has run out. Let's cast that again. Okay. And we spent a bunch of gold to get skills, to buy spells, and we got a bunch of gold back from the chests we looted, although, as I mentioned, they weren't the best. But we're slowly but surely getting towards our target. What is our target? Well, no specific number, mainly just get as much as you possibly can. So, before I do anything fancy, I'm gonna rest. And I'm gonna wait until dawn. Now I'm gonna cast Wizard Eye. Now I'm gonna see about going up this area. There should be a way to get into it from around the outside. You can teleport to it, but it would teleport you straight into the middle, where there are, as you can see, the dots filling up a bunch of enemies, and I believe they're all lizard archers. So I think I see the way to get in, but that way is itself guarded by other enemies. So I'm just gonna carry on saving, and we're just gonna do this. We have more of these odd flying creatures that we saw in Goblin Watch, but they're no trouble for us. Okay, this is a little annoying. And I really need to take that guy down. Okay, good. Okay, one of them is in melee range. That's okay. 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 Okay, just slow and steady. And target the right things, please. Okay. Okay.
Ha! Got him.
Is this guy running away? He is. Okay, that's annoying. Okay, you've taken a bunch of damage. Let's just do this. Okay. Whew, okay, now let's assess what we have over here. Okay, that guy is... See, if that guy had gotten far enough into the water, I might have thought that I'd killed all the enemies when in fact there was one enemy running away. Let's quickly look at this area, although we're not going to go in. This is Corlegon's estate, a very high level area with undead enemies that we're not even going to touch until much later. And let's cure some wounds. Let's look at our map. We've cleared a lot of this zone. We're now entering the hardest area. The aforementioned place where there are lizard archers waiting in ambush. Although this area isn't too kind to us either. It's just got a lot of ranged enemies. And it's sending our arrows into the ground, which is always frustrating. So what are we gonna do? This is a tough situation. What I want to do is I want to focus down... Oh my god! What are you doing? Sending all my arrows into the ground at really annoying angles. Okay, I think we're high enough that... Okay, I really need to get some distance between me and the enemies. Oh, we're on low ground again, but I think we're far enough away that if I do this and turn around, I should be able to shoot them down. Okay. See, the enemies can team up on you in interesting ways in this game. Sort of reinforcing each other. Okay. Let's cure some wounds again. Alright. Let's cast some Bless. And let's carry on. Let's carry on.
Got enough.
We're not safe just yet. We've got this guy to take care of, and this guy. Now things are green. Let's look. We're getting experience at a pretty decent rate, even, you know, considering that these are low-level enemies. If we're able to take this guy down, we should be good. Yeah, we're... What is hitting us now? Seriously, what is hitting us? Really, that guy can shoot through the terrain, but we can't shoot at him. Well, it didn't do him that much good. I hope he was happy, at least, that he got that one shot. Alright. Now if we...
That was too easy.
Oh no. Oh... I shouldn't be getting too frustrated because I've known this is how the game has worked since the very first time I played it, but it is still frustrating when your arrows are sent into the ground due to the way the terrain is sloping. And due to the odd height at which the arrows are essentially generated when you shoot them. Okay. Okay. What was the point of all that? Well, there's another building over here, but before we see what this building is, we're just gonna do some looting. Back over 18,000 gold, which I like to see. Found some more items to sell. Might miss a couple corpses here and there, mainly because I'm not too intent on getting all those bloodsucker corpses, because most of them won't even give us anything. Now this is a Temple of Ba, or I guess just Temple Ba, and the good thing about these is that they will heal you for very little gold. So I'm just gonna do that, and yep, we're healed. I'm gonna save my game, and I'm gonna demonstrate one more thing. You can also donate to them, but if you do, your reputation will actually go down. So I'm actually not going to be doing that. Your reputation should have been that high, but it went down. Now, there are reasons to want to lower your reputation later in the game. Notably, to become a master in dark magic, you will have to have the lowest possible reputation in the game. But for now, I want to keep my reputation high. That's also why I did the Candelabra quest first, because I knew it would give us a reputation penalty, which I could then immediately undo by donating to the temple. Yeah, sure, I'll... And then I could get my reputation higher by doing regular quests. Okay, now we're at this area. Now, the interesting thing about this area, you know that teleporter over there? There is a teleporter in front of Castle Ironfist, where if you activated the air, it will send you directly into the middle of all these guys. And needless to say, is not a good time. In fact, I already think I may have been a bit too ambitious in how quickly I rushed in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get off turn-based mode. I'm gonna shimmy shimmy my way up to the next tier. Hopefully nobody can shoot me. Okay. By the way, that's a thing you can do in this game. You can kind of abuse that to get access to areas that maybe you weren't supposed to get into early on. Alright. Now I'm just gonna cure some wounds. The recovery time on this is awful. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna take these guys down one by one. Okay. Yeah, I think this guy is out of range, but he came in range. But he might be out of range again. Yeah, that's a bit of an annoying thing, but it's another one down.
That was too easy. Got another.
Okay, another one down. Okay. Okay. Now I think we might finally be in good shape to take the rest of them out.
That was too easy.
Although we have taken a bit of damage again. That's okay. Okay, let's back off. Let's back off. Let's heal some wounds. Let's save again. Now let's... Okay. And now, who's left? There's somebody right below us. Let's change our angle. And now let's take a look at them. Ah, see, that's the guy that was doing damage to us. This guy. Who all we needed was one volley to take him down. Now let's get off turn-based mode. Let's let these guys get a bit closer to us, just so we can shoot them down like this. Now, I don't want to take falling damage, but I do want to come down and loot the bodies. What do we have here? We have a fountain. What does this fountain do? Well, some of them will do bad things. But this one just restores our hit points. There's an obelisk. I'm not actually going to touch the obelisks just yet. The main reason is because the obelisk quest, its reward is in Dragon Sand. And I don't want to run the risk that by starting the quest, somehow the reward will become instantiated into the game, because it might affect the number of artifacts that I'm able to gather. I've explained all of this in video number 2, so if you're interested, you can look into that. But just know that for now, I'm doing this just in case the game works in a way that would make it impossible to reach my artifact goal. It's entirely possible that I'm just being paranoid, but you know what, I wanna make sure that I do everything I possibly can to ensure I hit my target. Okay, now having done all of that, let's do this. Should I go to the teleporter right now? Well, before I do, let's just see what's on the other side of this little thing over here. We're just gonna shimmy our way up. Okay. Let's keep on going. Oop, that was... That is... it's a little tedious, but, you know, we'll get there. Don't you worry about that. Okay. What was the point of doing all this? Well, I wanted to see... Is there anything on the other side of this? And I'm not seeing any enemies. I'm not seeing any obvious chests either. So we're just gonna ignore it. And one thing I will do is I will go back up, because I think I left a chest. Alright. Okay. Okay. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause until I get to that chest, and I will see you once we're there. Alright, so this is the chest. I'll show you where it is on the map. It's right here. And pretty sure we didn't open it. Oh, actually, no, we did. Oh, so, pardon me. I apparently don't know what, I'm talking about. I've already forgotten what I have and haven't done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make my way back to this teleporter, and I'll show you that it will take us back to Castle Ironfist. So, once again, okay, we're back. Let's just drink from the fountain, restore our hit points, why not? And it takes us back here, and I can show you this one takes us here, and if we had taken this teleporter directly, we would have been in the middle of all of those enemies. So yeah, not a good time. But because we killed them beforehand, we were just fine. So what am I gonna do now? We're actually not far from clearing the entire Castle Ironfist exterior zone. So I'm just gonna spend the rest of this video clearing the rest of the enemies, and conveniently, we will end up close to where we need to be to start the quest that I mentioned at the end of the last part. The first thing we have to do is we have to kill these guys. Okay, annoyingly, a lot of things are blocking our arrows, so we're just gonna have to reposition. Okay. This I like, although I'm pretty sure there are gonna be lizard men in the upcoming area, so we can't get too comfortable. Alright, let's keep on going. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down first. As you can see, a lot of enemies in this kind of loop area. And again, our arrows are going into the terrain. We're gonna go in from here, try and create a nice angle of attack for ourselves. Okay. More enemies. And already some lizard men are able to shoot us from inside, but we aren't able to hit them, which is always sad. But this guy should be going down. Yes. And yeah, let's now start looping back around and killing the enemies that start coming from here. Yeah, yeah. Turn-based mode is slow just because of the sheer number of enemies. Even though a lot of them before now were just out of range and out of sight, but because they were... Come on. But because they were close enough to us, they were still taking their turns. which is one of the quirky thing about the turn-based system. I'm just gonna heal up a little bit. Alright, alright. I think we're doing just fine. Let's carry on taking these guys down. Alright, let's now see if we can take down some of these. Well, I do want to take that guy down, because these guys are going to be no trouble, even in melee. But the lizard people are more of an issue. Fortunately, there isn't a huge camp of them like there was
Too easy.
in the first area, first little part of the map that we went to. Okay. Nearly done. Okay, this guy might be running away. Nope.
That was too easy.
Let me just save my game. Let me just get out of range for a moment, just so I can cast Bless again. And let's see if we can take this guy down. I think we can. Yes. There's another one over there. Let's try and take him down. He has gone down. That is good. Now I think we've just got the easy enemies left. Okay. And I can show you... Well, there are a few more enemies over here. There's actually another dungeon over there, which we're not going to go to. Although it's not that high level, but there are specific spells that I'd like to have before I enter. Okay, we've got a lizard wizard. We've got it taken down as quickly as we can. I'm just gonna save. I will. Okay. Because I will load if Zoltan goes down, because we are running low on healing. Ooh, just barely survived. Come on, people. You can do better. Okay. Okay, now we should be fine. Alright. Unless there's another group of archers. I think this should be a shooting gallery. None of them even have range.
Got enough.
That is great. Okay. Now, at this point, I'm pretty sure that we've cleared all of Castle Ironfist. But I'm not going to declare it just yet, because there might be some enemies that have either gone out of bounds or flown over the water far enough away that we can't see them. So I won't declare this area clear until we can come back with the fly spell and have a proper look around. What I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to collect these corpses, and because it's going to be a tedious exercise, I will see you when we've done all of that and when we're right outside the dungeon that we're about to go into. Alright, so I'll see you then. Alright, so I'm actually outside the dungeon, but I think before I go in, I should sell this stuff, because before we go in, we really should have as much free inventory space as possible. And yep, this is going to be a bit of a chore. So again, I will do that. Oh right, I think I might have put myself on pause a bit prematurely, but you knew what I was gonna do. I was gonna sell the stuff, and indeed I've done most of that. I just need to get rid of these spell scrolls, which I'm gonna do at this area right here. If I can get
I
inside,
think it's closed.
which is, it's closed. Okay, let's, you know what, let's train first, if we can quickly get there. Yeah, okay. Training is a bit expensive, but I'll give the extra gold rather than going all the way back to New Sarpagal. And sure, I'll raise your spear, and now I'll start raising your sword first. I want to get you expert in sword, and that's good. Next, I want you to... You've got to start improving your meditation. You're going to need a lot of skill points if you're going to be casting Starburst. You need more body magic, and that's good. And you should also start doing your meditation. I'm also going to take your chainmail off, because I'd only equipped it on her to save inventory space. And you, my friend, I'm going to be getting dagger. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, there should be somebody in this zone that can train Zoltan to become an expert in dagger. So that should be pretty good. Let me see, do you have anything that I want? Ah, God. See, black potions have a chance of being permanent stat boost potions. And we're gonna be brewing a lot of them ourselves, but sometimes you can just buy them, and it's always great if you can buy them, because it saves you a lot of, you know, alchemy. I'm just gonna quickly see what we can buy in the Guild of Mind. Cure Paralysis is important to have. Sphere, not really too interested in the others. Not just yet, anyway. Now, what I want to do is I want to quickly... okay, I'm just gonna look down to make sure I'm not falling too far. Okay, okay. I think the person is in here. No, he is here.
Hello.
Tracy, nope, that's somebody else. Where is the person who teaches expert dagger? God, I am all over the place. No, the map is telling me he should be around here. Is there another entrance at the back, maybe? Yeah, okay, here we go.
Hello.
Terrence Smith.
Yes.
Expert knife fighting. That's good. And we don't have a second dagger right now, but if we did, we could equip it on Zoltan. And that's what we will do the moment we find a dagger. And with all of that done, I am now going to make my way towards the first, or towards the location for the first quest that we're going to be doing inside Castle Ironfist. And that is here. It's going to be long, it's going to be tough, but I think we'll be able to do it. The Temple of Ba. I'm just going to save outside here. So now, finally, I think it's time to call this video a close, to a close. It's another longer one, but we went all around Castle Ironfist, got some more gold, got some stuff, got another level, which is good. Now we have some more spell points to work with, and when we come back in the next part, we will be doing the Temple of Ba in its entirety. So I will see you then, so take care.